Alright, here we are. We've got the trig ratios down. We know how to set them up. Now we're actually going to use them to solve some problems using right triangles. Again, the first thing you want to do is always identify where you're at. What's the angle that I'm dealing with? And again, here you'll notice the 20 degrees is the angle that I know, and that's where I'm going to start out at. We go through the same steps as we did in the previous lessons that identify what's opposite, which of course you go straight across from the angle, and that is your opposite side. You'll notice as well, if we do our next step like we've been doing, if you go from the right angle and go across, there's nothing there. Alright, there's no hypotenuse. So no need to label it. So we're just going to leave the hypotenuse over there. Process elimination lets us know this is adjacent down here at the bottom. If you look at your sine, cosine, tangent ratios, you'll notice that this is a tangent problem, and so we'll just drag over the tangent. The next thing you want to do here is, once you know what it is that you're dealing with, you want to pull over whatever the angle is. So it's tangent, always put down where you're standing at, that's what's next. So we were at 20. Next step here is the 20-degree angle is what we're at. So we got tangent of 20 equals, and then you set up your ratio. Opposite goes on top, 8 goes on bottom. Remember, this is set up as a fraction. We'll talk about how to solve these types of fractions coming up here soon. Alright, if we look at another problem, same kind of look, same type of feel. Again, start out at the 20-degree angle. That's where our angle is. We're going to go straight across. Boom, there's your opposite side. So we can label that the opposite. But look at that, nothing there. No need to do it. So we're not going to worry about it for right now. If I go across from the right angle, there's my hypotenuse, 8. Oops. Messed up there. Hold on one second. Alright, so we don't need that. So we've got our hypotenuse, which is 8. Process elimination lets us know this number right here is the adjacent side. Adjacent and hypotenuse, the only two things we have, and therefore it must be cosine that we're dealing with. Again, like we did on the previous one, once you know that it's cosine or tangent or sine, you must put down where you're standing at. So it's cosine of 20. Using your ratios, adjacent is on top, hypotenuse on bottom, and then finally make sure that you write it as a fraction. We'll later on show you how to solve problems that are set up like this in the future. Last one here that I want to talk about. In this one, you'll be surprised. We've already done tangent and cosine. I'm going to show you that this one's going to be a sine problem. And the reason why is, again, we're starting at the 20. I go straight across and I realize, hey, the x is there. So we're good to go. I can label it. So this thing's opposite. If I go across from the right angle, I realize that the 8 is there. And what I do here now is just label this hypotenuse. I've already got two pieces of the puzzle. That's all you need in these ratios. Remember, it's always just a top number and a bottom number. This one ends up being, you got opposite hypotenuse. That's a sine problem. Always identify what is the angle that you're dealing with here. It happens to be sine of 20. Set yourself equal up. Set your ratio up. X is opposite. That's on top. 8 is your hypotenuse. And that goes on bottom. Make sure you leave it as a fraction as you go through it. A lot of similarities between all three, but be very careful because it depends on what information you have, the two pieces of the triangle that are listed. Hope this helps us setting them up. We'll talk about how to solve them in the next videos to come. This is Mr. Boyle, and I'm out.